the life sentence imposed by China on a 78-year-old U.S. citizen, who was also a Hong Kong permanent resident, on spying charges shows the city should stay vigilant to security risks, its leaders said Tuesday. Chief Executive John Lee answered none of the lingering questions about why John Xing-Wan Liang was prosecuted. The sentence was announced Monday, but neither the Hong Kong government nor the court in the eastern Chinese city of Suzhou that tried Liang have released details of the charges. This incident showed us that national security risks could be hidden in society. That's why we repeatedly stressed that, although Hong Kong's situation appears to be largely stabilized, we can't let down our guard over national security risks and have to stay vigilant, Lee said. The government said mainland Chinese authorities had informed Hong Kong of his arrest in 2021. Hong Kong's government was prepared to provide assistance to anyone arrested by mainland authorities upon request but had not yet received any in Liang's case, authorities said. Lee, a former police officer and ex-head of security in the city, was effectively appointed to lead Hong Kong last year after running unopposed in an election choreographed by Beijing. In his previous posts, he oversaw a campaign that crushed the pro-democracy camp. In an echo of party propaganda, Lee referred to the 2019 pro-democracy protests that triggered the crackdown as black violence, and Hong Kong's version of color revolution, a phrase used by China and Russia to describe political movements seeking to overturn authoritarian regimes. Lee said the protest movement was an alarm bell that reminds the city to keep monitoring such risks. Liang was detained April 15, 2021, by the local bureau of China's counterintelligence agency in Suzhou, according to a statement posted by the city's intermediate court on its social media site. His detention came after China had closed its borders and imposed tight domestic travel restrictions and lockdowns affecting tens of millions to fight the spread of COVID-19. Such investigations and trials are held behind closed doors and little information is generally released. The harsh sentence given Liang was especially notable because of his previous affiliations with pro-communist party organizations, including one seeking overseas support for Beijing's goal of unification with self-governing Taiwan. Relations between Washington and Beijing are at their lowest in decades amid disputes over trade, technology, human rights and China's increasingly aggressive territorial claims toward Taiwan, the South China Sea and elsewhere. High-level government exchanges between the sides have been placed on hold and U.S. companies are delaying major investments amid mixed messaging from Beijing. Many Chinese firms, most notably telecoms giant Huawei, have been effectively shut out of the U.S. market due to legal bans and high tariffs. The sentencing comes as U.S. President Joe Biden is traveling to Hiroshima, Japan this weekend for the summit of the Group of 7 major industrial nations, followed by a visit to Papua New Guinea, a Pacific island nation in a region where China has sought to expand its economic, military and diplomatic influence. While the Suzhou court offered no indication of a link between Liang's case and overall China-US relations, spying charges in China often appear highly selective and evidence backing them up is held in secret. The party's rigid control over courts, civil society and the media effectively blocks efforts to gain further information or mount legal appeals. For more, subscribe to 24 Hour News.